Hey everybody, back at it again with the videos. So I came out here last time, and the entire point of me coming out here is that I have a really nice quiet spot to do some sprints, and I have like this weird hang up about sprinting in public because I don't know, I guess I feel like somebody's just gonna call the cops on me, and I just generally feel really awkward doing it, so I don't like sprinting through the neighborhood or anything. So I went out and I was looking for a nice place a nice private area where I could just go and sprint without anybody watching me. And I found this really perfect spot. It's a wonderful building, empty parking lot. Like no person would be here in their right mind. Like, I mean, I was a little bit afraid that I would see like some drug deals and shit going on, but other than that, it's just a really nice, quiet, out of the way area for me to do some sprinting. And I got here the first day. It's covered in fucking roaches. There are roaches literally everywhere. Like, man. So the last video I recorded, the intention was that I would drive out here, record a video, and then go sprinting immediately afterward. But what wound up happening is that I walked around the parking lot. I walked around like literally the entire building, and all I could hear were these little like and like these fat fucking bodies hitting the ground, and I couldn't fucking see them. I didn't know where they were. I just know they were like coming from the left, coming from the right, like these nasty fucking roaches, like trying to fly but clumsily just slapping against the ground, I guess. God, it's fucking terrifying. And then I got so unnerved that I like started making my way back to the car, and I swear they were fucking following me. I swear they were like gaining on me. Like with every step closer that I got to the car, they got a little bit closer to me, and I heard their fat little bodies slapping the ground. And the worst part about it is that I couldn't fucking see them. Like, I turned on my phone's flashlight to go look around for them, and every time I turned on the flashlight, I couldn't see them. Like, I heard them, like, flying around in the darkness, but I turned on the flashlight, there's nothing there. It's just an empty parking lot. And they're just, like, stalking me from the shadows, from, like, the corners of my fucking vision. God, it was the worst experience of my entire fucking life. So I'm gonna go try a sprint today again, which is a really terrible idea, but it's whatever, I guess. So this video, you may not be able to tell from from that intro that I just gave, is why I made this channel. The issue with these videos is that I kind of want to do like one topic per video, but every time I start talking about something, I want to go into a whole different anecdote, which, I mean, I want everything to be like reasonably easy to find, like my thoughts on certain subjects. I mean. So this video is kind of just going to be, I don't know what the fuck this video is going to be. Just listen on, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. So my first bullet point here, I can't actually see in this darkness, but, I'm just going to assume that it's a challenge. So first and foremost, this is a challenge to me. It's a challenge to get myself out of my comfort zone, to start talking to somebody, because I'm essentially treating this like it's a conversation, right? Like I'm talking to somebody. So when I say something, I get to say it once, and then I don't really get to say it again. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck me. So I have a really hard time putting words together. I don't know if you can tell, but every time I'd like try to start a thought, like I have an image in my head, I guess, like an image or a feeling that I'm trying to portray, and then I try to put into words, and I realize that I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't know how to do it. So I don't know, man. I'm just bad at talking, and basically this is kind of an exercise for me to get better at talking. And as a sort of aside for that, like, this is my normal voice, right? This is what I sound like normally, and I kind of have like this weird lisp, I guess. I really don't know what it is. It's like a weird lisp accent. Everybody I talk to comments on it. But I don't have a very masculine voice. I sound like a little boy. I just sound like a little boy, man. I don't know. So maybe if I, practice my deeper voice, I could, come across a little bit more masculine, and girls will like that, I mean, I'll listen to this in post, so I don't know how goofy this is going to sound, but this is my deep voice. This is my deep voice. I fucking hate myself. I'm going to stop doing all that goofy shit. And I'm just going to talk in my regular voice, actually. My second point is so the first point is a challenge. Actually, that does have a second part to it. I think in the background of this video, I'm going to have some guitar playing. It depends on how much effort I'm planning on putting into this. And if I just kind of get bored with trying to record a guitar, don't expect it to be perfect or anything, because I'm kind of a trash guitar player. And so, in the vein of me getting out of my comfort zone, I'd like to just record me playing the guitar, so I could just, gauge my progress and get better at it as the, days go on. So I'll have some nice tracks playing in the background, hopefully. My second point is that I am very quiet in real life, if you can't tell from just me not being used to talking at all. So I don't really get much of a chance to share my thoughts. And I think that's a very important thing for a person to be able to do, to have somebody that they can share their thoughts with. I don't really have that. There's nobody in my life that I can just like go to and talk about all my problems, talk about everything that's been plaguing me these days. So this is kind of my outlet for that now, and I think it's going to be pretty beneficial to me, and it's definitely going to help with maybe I do finally find somebody who's willing to listen to my bullshit. At least I won't be stumbling over my words because I've already put it into words. So. Yeah, that's point two. I kind of thought I'd have more to say about that, but not really. Point three is popularity question mark, right? So I'm not really planning on anybody seeing this, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm pretty much doing this for the reasons that I outlined before. I'm doing this because I think it'll be a nice personal growth exercise, I suppose, and I don't expect anybody to ever find these videos, really. Maybe just like the occasional deep YouTube watcher. But for the most part, these are entirely for me. I think it'd be nice to get kind of a following on this. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, but at the same time, I kind of have things that I want to do in life that aren't like incel vlogging, you know what I mean? I have other ambitions that I'd like to reach, and the last thing I want is to like get a really nice job, and then they like look up my name and oh shoot, this guy's like an incel. Let's get rid of this guy. Fuck that. But I don't think that's very likely at all, especially with the way YouTube is these days. I don't think it's really possible for anybody to get big on YouTube anymore, unless you're just like an extremely viral sensation. We've kind of gotten to the point where YouTube has reached its max capacity, so there aren't going to be any new up-and-coming YouTubers. Everybody who's here is here to stay, or... Well, I mean, maybe in the future there will be like some kind of YouTube renaissance, and we'll get like a whole new rotation of popular YouTubers, but for the time being, we're not getting any big YouTubers. Much less me. I mean, I don't really have anything interesting to say. I actually wanted to talk about the very first point that I made in my first video, the video before this, was that there's nobody else that's doing these types of videos. Well, turns out that's complete bullshit, and I immediately found a ton of people who are actually talking about their incel lives and doing like daily vlogs and shit, and that's actually really cool to find out, because I've found some people who I'm going to start watching daily now. But that's not really going to stop me from doing this. I kind of wish that I had the same story as they did, because I'm not, incredibly ugly or anything. I'm mainly a mental cell. Like, I think I pass on looks. I don't look great or anything, but I definitely pass. Which is maybe a bit of a cope for me to say. I don't know. It doesn't really matter either way. One way or another, I'm an incel, and I'm fairly sure it's just the way I was born. This is just how my mental state is, and I don't have good enough looks to make up for it. But yeah, all these other incel YouTubers, they have like these terrible, trauma stories about, growing up abused and like being horrifically bullied in school. And I never really experienced anything to that extreme, like My story is very tame in comparison. Like, I'm kind of just a normal dude, and that, to be honest with you, I kind of wish I had a sob story, but at the same time, I guess I'm grateful that I didn't go through those experiences. So yeah, that's everything I have to say for this video, I think. Surprisingly, we've actually, well, I say that, we've hit the 10-minute mark. I don't know how much I'm going to cut out. But yeah, 10 minutes is like ideal for these types of videos, so hopefully we'll get some more of that. And hopefully I'll be a little bit more coherent in what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's why I made this channel. Stay tuned for some hot incel takes, some hot takes on women in general, I guess. That's probably going to be a big topic for this channel. Thanks for listening, if you're listening to this, and goodbye. I'll see you next time.